Biggie bags for everyone, guys. Biggie bags for everyone. Hi there. Can I have a double stack biggie bag, please?
Okay.
And do you have cherry Sprite?
Yes, we do.
That would be lovely. Could I have a large? That'll do it.
Do you want any dipping sauce?
Yes. Can I have sweet and sour?
You said cherry Sprite, correct?
Yes.
Okay, it's going to be $7.92. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Oh, I think they had a downpour here. It is humid. Cherry Sprite, period. This water is leaking. I don't know what happened. Hi there. Hold on. Thank you, you too. Okay, hold on 1 second, guys. Let me pull over real quick. Lord, this is a dangerous intersection. I don't care for it. I don't care for it. Guess we'll go around this way. Here we go. All right. How many? 174 people. We're going to have to do better than that. This is prime time content. Okay. I've gone the extra mile for you people. I'm going to need you all to be present. Oh, boy. Hold on, guys. I certainly don't want to be stalked or threatened, so let me find some place. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had to answer a text message from from legal. All right, hold on. I'm almost ready. I got crossed this very busy street. Lord, how the hell do I get out of fucking bumfuck Connersville? Somebody point me in the right direction. Oh, I see where I'm at now. I see where we are. All right, guys, we're almost there. Okay, here we go. This is fine. This is fine right here. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I don't see my wife. Is my wife in the chat? Has anyone seen her? I've been driving. I wouldn't know. Yaba checked Live 360 and found me in the Wendy's. Is my wife in the chat? I'm not starting until my wife's in the chat. She might be driving though. I don't know. What a scarecrow. What do you mean? What are you looking at? Oh, it's the front seat of my car. This is my biggie bag I just got from the Wendy's. This is my ginger ale that I brought with me because I was not feeling well. Yes, could you please let my wife know that I'm live, please? Meaning, this is my hoodie. This is my Ron Don hoodie that I got. Oh, okay, guys. It's fine. She's driving. It's fine. She's listening. Okay. DC put out what, that you weren't allowed in Connersville. She said I wasn't allowed in Connersville. I'm certainly allowed in Connersville. I'm in Connersville right now. You want to see a view of? No, I'm not gonna. No, because I don't want to show where I'm at. All right, so this is what happened, guys. Are you ready? I'm going to tell you the story. This is what happened. Go ahead and block X Tina G, aka Cliffy P. Goodbye, weirdo. Okay, so listen. Can you get trespassed for the entire town? No. Okay, so I come down to Connersville today to observe a public court hearing. And I entered the courtroom shortly after the hearing, everything started. So the judge was taking the inmates first. So Clara was in the courtroom, seated in the front row, wearing a very fancy green and yellow knockoff Versace blouse, black slacks, and brown strappy old lady sandals, like Jesus sandals, brown is what she wore. Oh, and she had a metallic gold backpack, and her makeup was hideous. How do I know her makeup was hideous? I'm going to tell you how. I was sitting at the back of the courtroom. I shit you not. No less than 30 minutes. No less than 30 minutes it took her to find. Can y'all hear me if I stick it here? Because I really want to eat my biggie bag. Which glasses? You know what? I don't know. The one she's been wearing. How was the door dressed? So yeah, I was sitting, so there was 3 rows of chairs. She was in the front row all the way at the end. And I snuck in and I sat in the back row. It's a very small courtroom. Very small. I was sitting back there no less than 30 minutes before she finally turned around and saw me, right? I was looking straight ahead. Because I'm not there to stalk her or intimidate her or harass her. I was there to observe the hearing and report back, right? Report back to who? All my friends. So I stare at the corner of my eye that she's turned around, and I can tell she's staring me down. So finally, I turn, I look at her dead in the face, and she goes, "What are you doing here?" And I looked at her, dead ass, right in the beady little eyes, and I said, "Shh." That's what I said. He said, "Shh." Yep. Anyway, so then, mind you, SamanthaJean was on her phone all this time while the judge is, seeing the other, talking to the inmates and everything. Claire's on her phone, and I was on my phone too. I sure was. I had to consult with legal first, make sure, I wasn't doing nothing wrong or nothing. Anyway, she's on her phone. I'm on my phone. I ain't making no records or nothing. She turns around and she sees me. She goes, "What?" She was so dramatic. "What are you doing here?" And I said, "Shh." And then she turns back around. She starts tap, 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 tapping on her phone. I'm sure she was texting Ronaldo. Anyway, then suddenly she gets up and she leaves the courtroom, but she leaves her bag there. I noticed, because I thought maybe she was just going to leave, The guppy, she was in court for her EPO. She tried to get on Tragic. Anyway, spoiler alert, denied. Tragic didn't even show up. She had her day in court. She told the judge all the lies she wanted to tell him and her big fat sob story. Tragic wasn't even there to deny anything. He wasn't there. So the judge just had to take everything she was saying, as fact and true, because there was no respondent there. to deny anything, and it was still denied, bitch. Judge said, you just ain't got it. You need three. You need three solid instances, three solid, events or whatever that could be considered actionable, and you don't have it. He says you've got one. And you know what the one was? The swatting. And the only reason he's counting the swatting is because Tragic wasn't there to challenge whether or not he did it. Had Tragic been there, he could have said, like, Your Honor, that wasn't me. The police took a report and they closed it. You want to know why? Because it wasn't me. Even without Tragic there to tell the judge she's accusing me of a swatting I did not commit, the judge still didn't give her an EPO. Still told her it wasn't there. She didn't have enough. You ain't got shit, Clara. He was like, the swatting, that is one. That is one for sure. Yeah, but you can't prove that was Tragic who did that swatting. You have no evidence. He even asked her, did you report it to the police? She was like, yeah. He's like, well, what happened? She's like, they closed the case. He's like, I'm not surprised. It's a misdemeanor. Nobody cares. He literally said that. Okay, but let me back up. I digress. Listen, I gotta back up. So I heard, thank you so much for the super chat. I can't stop and read them though, because I'll lose my train of thought. All right. So let me take my seatbelt off. I am parked. So anyway, listen. So right before they call their names, the clerk and the judge start talking about whether or not the respondent had been served. And there was a lot of chatter between the two of them. And the judge finally said, well, we're going to have to sort that out. So the judge was not going to consider him served, but Claire was like, no, I did what you told me last time, and I hired a private process server. And they sent the return of service. So the judge was like, all right, fine, he's served. Anyway, off top, as soon as they had settled whether or not Tragic was served and if the hearing was going to go forward, first thing out of Claire's mouth, she starts pointing at me. Oh, listen, I'm just there to observe and report. All right. That's it. She starts crying to the judge, Your Honor, this woman has been stalking and harassing me and my family for 2 years. And now she's here in this courtroom today to stalk and harass me. That's right, baby. If I wasn't there, she'd have lied her fucking ass off. Anyway, so, and I'm just sitting there, ain't saying shit. Mind you, I have my phone in my hand at that point. He didn't say nothing about my phone being in my hand at that point. Anyway, she's like, Your Honor, this woman's been stalking and harassing me for the last 2 years. Nothing to Taco Bell. I'm not giving Taco Bell in Connersville, Indiana another try after the last time. That shit tasted like dog shit. Plus, I'm not going in the direction of their house. I'm having that woman say I stalked and harassed her. Right, AK? I bet you sounded super sane today, Clara. Yeah, I went for a Wendy's Biggie bag instead. Biggie bag for everyone. Biggie bag for everyone. All right, so anyway. So she's telling us, saying this woman's stalking and harassing me. Now she's here to intimidate me. And the judge says, have you filed an EPO on this woman? And she goes, no, but it's about time. She lives 2.5 hours away. It's about time. He goes, I forget exactly how he worded it, but it was something to the effect of, you have not filed an EPO on this woman? She says, no. And he goes, well, I'm not going to entertain any of that. He did not give one rat's ass what SamanthaJean had to say about the fat lesbian in the back of the courtroom taking notes on the hearing. Did not want to hear it. Didn't care. And boy, howdy, throughout that whole hearing, she kept bringing it back around to me. She had all kinds of things to tell the judge about me. And he didn't give one rat's ass about not near motherfucking one of them. He sure did not. Not even a little bit. Fucker. Anyway, where was I? So, I don't know, like all three of the things that she had on there, but okay, this is what I think she had on there. I think she complained about the swatting, of course, and then also she told the judge that Tragic had, quote, threatened to come to the opening of their business, which the judge was like, I mean, that's not a threat. I don't know what you're talking about. That's not a threat. And then I think the third thing was something about Tragic said that Ron had made threats to him, right? And the judge is like, um, that has nothing to do with you. Him saying that your boyfriend made threats that whether he did or didn't make, that has nothing to do with you. He literally took that one and just wiped his ass with it. He's like, I don't even know what you're talking about with this shit, right? So yeah. And then she read in court twice, I think, 2 or 3 times, some post where Tragic said, like, in relation to the swatting, like, how dare you accuse me of doing this? And if you think that was bad, you just wait to see what comes next, or something like that, right? She really thought she was going to have Tragic's ass with that one. No, judge did not give a rat's ass about that neither. Sure did not. No, because that was not a direct and specific threat, I guess. I don't know. All I know is judge said of everything she put on that EPO, the only thing that held any weight was the swatting. And that just ain't going to get her there. All right. So anyway, what else did he say? Oh, he said that, oh yeah, listen. Oh, okay. I'm not going to lie. He reamed my ass. He did ream my ass once. About halfway through, I was taking notes on my phone. And about halfway through, he must have realized I was on my phone. He's like, excuse me, ma'am, you cannot be on your phone in a courtroom. And I'm like thinking, I've been on my phone the whole time. She was on her phone, but I didn't say shit, right? I literally just closed my phone and sat on the chair next to me. He's like, you mean to tell me? Your Honor, she has played recordings. She has played recordings of other court hearings online. And he goes, was she arrested for it? You could tell he was showing her ass too. You could tell it. It's like, was she arrested for it? And she goes, no, but she should have. She should have been. And I'm just like, I didn't say anything, but I'm like shaking my head no. I'm like, this, like, basically looking at the judge like, woo, she's nutters. And I don't know what she's talking about. She's nuts. So anyway, he goes, if I find out, and I said, this is all I said. I said, Your Honor, I'm observing and taking notes. And I tapped my phone. That was it. He didn't have nothing else to say to me after that. Oh wait, no, he did. One more thing he said to me at the end. So at the end, after he told her, no can do, it ain't happening, you're not getting it. She goes, and she would not accept no for an answer. She just kept on and kept on and kept on. Like, I don't know how many times that judge had to tell her, no, you're not getting a restraining order. But it was at least 6 times. I kid you not. And she just kept on and kept on. But Your Honor, I hope one of us doesn't get killed. He goes, I hope one of you don't get killed too. She's going on and on. So then he was like, I know, right, Vulgar? I mean, that is what I was doing. I was observing and taking notes. So anyway, then he was like, he's like, I just really don't get this. He goes, there's got to be more to this. Oh yeah, because she's saying how tragic. She was telling the judge after like the third time he told her no. She's telling the judge how Tragic is threatening to interfere with another legal case that she's involved in, and she goes, he's basically offering to give what amounts to perjured testimony in that case. And she told the judge, because he asked, he's like, well, what type of case is it? And she says that it's a slander, libel, and defamation case, but she does not disclose that she is the respondent in that case and that she's already had to settle it. She's already been found to have broken the settlement agreement, paid another settlement, and now she's back in court for breach of contract. She left all that part out. And boy, howdy, if that judge had asked me one single solitary question, I was going to let it all rip. I was going to let her rip. I was going to tell that judge everything. Your Honor, let me tell you. Lisa Simpson, the quick read back cap is, she seen me in the courtroom. And she tried to tattle on the judge and tell him I was stalking her, which I was not. And her EPO was denied. Judge just didn't even show up, and it was denied. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, she's telling the judge that Judge said he's going to interfere. He's going to interfere in my ongoing legal case, and blah blah blah. So then, so then the judge was like, he's like, listen, I don't really understand what I'm missing here. I know there. He's like, I know there's more to this story. I know there is. And he goes, but I don't have time. I don't have time. I have more important things to do. I have a very important case after this. And I just don't have time for you to sit here and tell me. But I know there's more to this story. Something's not adding up. He's basically telling her, I know you're full of shit, bitch. I know you're filing these EPOs and you're trying to use the court for internet fuck shittery in your internet slap fight. He's basically telling her, I know that. He's like, this just isn't adding up. I know there's got to be more to the story than just this. He sure did. Oh, and if I'm lying, I'm crying. Owl. Are you listening? Call the clerk and order the transcript if you think I'm lying, bitch. Go ahead, spend your money. I'm spending a dime on transcripts, honey. I was there. I heard it all. And boy, she was hot to trot. So after he tells her basically that he knows she's full of shit and that he knows there's more to this story than she's letting on, and he tells her for the final time that it's denied and basically tells her to leave his courtroom. I shit you not. She goes, well, I don't want this woman who's stalking me to follow me home. And he goes, all right, that's fine. And he looks at me, he goes, ma'am, you can't leave for 10 minutes. I said, okay. And she got up and left, mad as fuck. I described what Clara Hondra was wearing to my wife. It is a green. It was like a green and yellow rayon knockoff. What's it called? Versace. She stared me down until I turned my head and looked at her. She just, what are you doing here? It's fucking great. I'll show y'all what. I just said, I'm gonna put y'all up here. It's probably gonna overheat though. No, I can't go that way. I guess you're gonna have to look at that. Oh well. Timu Versace. Yeah, for real. Y'all see my sweet and sour sauce on my dash? Yeah, she was so dramatic about it. And I know. She fixed her face to look just as fierce as she possibly could, sitting there in her knockoff Versace blouse and her black slacks and her brown Jesus sandals. She wore brown Jesus sandals, I swear to God. Yes, she looked like she was cold to the touch. I'm telling you, her face, like the color of her face was distorted. Very, very heavy makeup. Yellow. Oh, yeah. Double Dutch did not accompany his woman to court. No. He was not there to protect her against the fat lesbian or the fellow that resides in Arizona. Where were you? Why weren't you with your woman at court today, sir? She definitely looked cold to the touch, for sure. For sure. Anyway, it's a beautiful drive, you know. I bet Clara's always cold too. I tell you what, Connersville is definitely a pit, that's for sure. It's literally a pit. Like you have to drive downhill to get into Connersville. It's a fucking pit. Cannot protect his female girlfriend. From what? From a court observer. Very good. Thank you so much for the super chat. Yeah, Claire showed up serving corpse and knockoff Versace. She sure did. I'm so hungry, you guys. I didn't eat anything this morning on the way down here because I didn't want to be fat or sick, you know. Now I'm gonna eat my biggie bag. Now I'm gonna unbutton my drive home. I'll tell you why Claire is not live right now. I'll tell you right now why Claire is not live. Because she's at home filling out EPO on me. Nope, she did not have a lawyer. She went pro se. I guarantee you, she's out. She is at over there, grandma, Ron's grandma's house, hammering out an EPO on me as we speak. She came to my court hearing, Your Honor. Claire thought Madge was going straight to the basement to grab her. Don't punch me, and that's funny. I hope she does. I hope Claire Honda goes straight home and fills out an EPO form on me, and it goes right back in front of that same fucking judge. I really do. Because he told her every which way he could possibly tell her using the English language that she's not getting an EPO. That nothing has happened to her that meets the criteria and the threshold for having an EPO granted. Nothing. I told her. Yeah, I know, Lisa Simpson, and I intend to. Don't you worry about it. That's why I ordered the large drink. You know, tax write-off and all. Is that the mud moat? Yes! These are the infamous mud moats. I'm right down the street from the old location. You guys want to see? Yeah, thank you. I'll show you the old location, and then I gotta go. All right. I gotta leave. I'm not watching the chat, so don't talk to me. All right, here we go, guys. I know they're on the photo cards with police right now. She's making a right on 3rd Street from Central Avenue right now, officer. This is the way out. See how? Oh, you can't see it. Oh well, whatever. You'll see it. Stop here on red. Green light. It's so much fun. Uh-oh. Is that the high end? No, it's not. Whew. Don't worry, guys. I am maintaining my safety. All right. I'm staying aware of my surroundings at all times. You are not going to catch me lacking. No. This is the courthouse. Okay, I'm going to score. This is the courthouse. Right there. There it is. Oh, God, my phone's going to overheat, you guys. Ah, geez, that sucks. This is Central Avenue. You recall the previous store location was on Central Avenue. I need to, hold on, I need to turn my air up. Put my phone in front of it. No, we did not all go to the courthouse. I did. Oh, they're trying to get around me. Sorry about that, sir. Turn the air on. The air is on. Tell me if it's tell me if it's making too much noise. I'm gonna have to end this though because my phone's really overheating legit. Okay, look. There's the courthouse. I don't think it's this block. I think it's the next one. Hell, I don't know where this thing is. No, she did not get the EPO. It was denied. Tragic didn't even show up, and it was still denied. I love that. Claire, so what does that mean? Does that mean Claire lost against herself? Sucker. I don't know. Where are we? Here it is, guys. The old remedial building. Coming up on your left. See it? There it is. Piece of shit. Anyway. Let me put my phone back up here so I can drive safely. Uh-oh. One of the, I can't turn it the other way, so I don't know what to tell y'all. Can I go this direction? Yes, of course I can. All right, here we go. Oh. Can you not do horizontal on your phone anymore, or what? Just give me a second. Let me see what I can do. Oh, Grand Avenue. Go ahead, sweetie. Can I go this way? It doesn't say one way. Yes, I can. Okay. All right, let me pull over and fix this. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the super chat. I can't see it though. I just see orange. Thank you. Appreciate you. All right. Smells like Ron Spirit. Okay, let me fix it. Ugh. I don't know how to put this on here so you guys can see though. I guess I need to get a different one. Hold on. As if I'm ever doing this again. I mean, you never know, right? Hell no. No, whatever. I'm gonna put it down. Ooh. All right. I'm not a car vlogger. What do you want from me? There. Will that work? No. Well, y'all aren't gonna be able to see much because I'm not holding my phone while I drive. Road trip. How many needles have I seen laying around? None. Oh, Rojo said, Sam, here's lunch. Hugs you and yeah, but thank you so much. I appreciate you. You should do more out and about lives. This is hella fun. It is fun, isn't it? Kimberly says Sam always gunting around. Yeah. Any trolley getting stolen? No. Tear me down. You feel me up? Tear me down. All right. Guys, I'm gonna be able to see much. Hold on. I guess I could do it out that way. Gunting around Connersville. Okay, that way the air is blowing on it too, but it's probably, can you guys hear the air? Is it too much? I love a good road trip too, Linguister. She be gunting around Carnival when she comes. You can't hear it that bad? Okay, good. I feel like my wife and my attorney are having a sidebar. Okay, good. I tell you what, that court hearing was great. I mean, I will give it to Clara. I will give her this much. She put up a good fight. Clara gave it the old college try. She most certainly did. Hell no, I'm not driving by the news store. Are you kidding me? You were having a sidebar when you thought I was arrested. Yeah, when the judge told me to put my phone down, I'm sitting there the whole rest of the hearing. I'm like, oh my God, she's gonna think I went to jail. Cat Coat, we're here today because Clara Hondra and Matthew Berlinger had their day in court, minus the Matthew Berlinger because he didn't show up. So, excuse me, they had the hearing. You both thought I was in jail? I can't wait to see those text messages. So I don't know how much Clara paid for a process server in Phoenix, Arizona, or wherever it is she ended up process serving them at. How much do you guys think Claire Honda paid for that process server to get his ass served for this EPO? I'm actually kind of shocked that she didn't have an attorney this time. Manning, do you think Audrey was not available or what? Yeah, even without tragic there, she lost. It was just her and the judge. $500, $300. Wow. 500. Huh. Yeah, Lisa's girl. I like Audrey. You can like Audrey all you want. I'm just curious as to why Claire Hondra didn't lawyer up for this one. She might have won. Streetcar says out of state service about $250, $300. Wow. Hey, Tragic. You'll be pleased to know that the hearing was conducted in your absence because the judge did consider you served. However, denied. Congratulations, Tragic. You have been vindicated. Oh, I tell you what, she gave it the old college try there, Trad. She sure did. Judge said no can do, ain't gonna happen. So, okay, hold on. There's some weirdo approaching my car. Let me get out of here. Oh my God! He really was coming into my car! Ah! I'm so scared! Why was he coming into my car? Okay, so you were not served, Tragic, and I was telling Jabba this earlier today. I said, you see, oh my God, you guys missed it. This truck just swung out into my lane. You couldn't see it though, because I had to put it over there. Maybe I should put it over here. Anyway, I was telling my wife this morning, I said, oh my God, that's the Connections Cafe. I don't know where I'm at. I said the court is going to consider him served because she hired a private process server, and all they have to do is submit to the court, their affidavit that they served it, and they'll consider it served. And that's exactly what happened. That is exactly what happened. So I don't know. I think maybe if I was Tragic, maybe I would contact the whoever's in charge of licenses for process servers in that area and let them know that they have a licensed process server in your area who is issuing certificates of service to courts in other states, claiming that they've issued proper legal service on people when they have not. In fact, you have the proof, Tragic, that they served, that woman, whoever it was, the process server, served a door and not you. Yeah, they considered him served. The judge, because Clara hired a private process server, and the private process server issued whatever it is, their affidavit, their certificate of service. The judge considered him served, and the hearing took place. Uh-huh. And she still lost. Well, Tragic, if I were you, I would find out who that process server was, and I would do what you got to do, because that process server should not be licensed. They can tack it to a door if it's the right door. Well, I guess who's to say it's the right door? Tragic maintains it was not his door. Oh my God, Connersville's finest. Did you see those? Y'all see Matthew and Betsy back there? Anyway, we're getting the hell out of Dodge. We're leaving. Goodbye, Connersville. You ain't gonna see me again. Manning, I know that Clara went straight home to fill out a EPO report on me. I know she did, even though that judge told her 6 times that her little complaint ain't gonna cut it. What's she gonna have on me? She came to my hearing. Fuck you, Clara. Yeah, hippie piece. I told you I was gonna come to the hearing. Look, Connersville High School. Well, good thing we know publicly for a fact that Ronaldo is homeschooling little Ned. They can't say that Sam drove by his school. No, I didn't. First of all, he's still in 8th grade. Second of all, you're homeschooling him. You done told us. All right. Hey, BBs, it was denied. All right. Y'all hear that truck in front of me? It is loud. I feel like whew, I feel like it dropped like 20 degrees since I got out of there. I will say it is a beautiful drive for sure. Hmm. Anyway, that was a good time. She tried to get me in trouble too. She tried to tell the judge that I was recording or that I have previously recorded court hearings and played clips of them online. I have not. That is a lie. And I'm pretty sure that's considered, that's one, Clara. That's one. All right. What other lies did that woman tell on me? Said that I was stalking her and intimidating her. Okay. You know, out in the middle of nowhere. So I'm probably going to lose. What was I saying? So when she tried to, whatever. So anyway, the judge asked her when she tried to tattle on me and say I was stalking, harassing, whatever. Judge like, what has she done? Has she said anything to you? Has she approached you? Has she done anything? I just see her sitting in the back of my courtroom. Has she done anything? And then smug as fuck. This is so much fun. I think I'm being followed. Claire's following me. I can see her beat up Hyundai in the rear view. Oh shit. Well, Simpson, she said that I was stalking, harassing her for sitting back in the courtroom. I feel like I'm being followed for sure. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. I'm safe. Now she's unhinged. She came all the way from New Albany. Your Honor, she's from New Albany. Okay, listen. I got 5G again. So what I was saying was at the beginning when she was telling me this lady, this woman in the bathroom is here to stalk and harass me, the judge remember when she tried to make everybody think that like it's a small town and the judge's brothers and the fire brigade. That may be true, but that judge didn't give a fuck. Not one. Oh, great. That judge handed Clara her ass. That judge handed Clara her ass and handed her Ron's ass too. That was great. Anyway, it was fun. Y'all should have seen the look on Clara's face when she turned around and seen me in that courtroom. I tell you what, if I could have snapped a picture of that, I would have dropped it down to 30. Don't worry, I will obey the speed limits all over the state of Indiana. 30 miles an hour, not a dot over. I thought for sure after she spotted me and she started tapping on her phone, and then she left the courtroom and came back in, I was expecting Ronaldo to show up any minute, but he did not. He did not. He did not show his face. He did not show his cocksucker up here at the courthouse. I can't even be shocked, you know. This is it, people. This is the heartland. I don't even know what shithole town that was I just drove through. Didn't have a sign or nothing. Here's what I want to know. And the only reason I know this is because the parking lot of the courthouse is very small, right? Very small, right? I couldn't help but notice that there was a beat to hell and back, older model Hyundai Elantra with Washington, D.C. plates parked right out the front door. First of all, I'd like to know, Clara Hondra, Frank, why is your older model beat to hell beater of a Hyundai Elantra still plated with Washington, D.C. plates when you have been a resident of my great state, my home state of Indiana, for well over a year now, man? What are you doing? You got some hokey business going on with the registration on that car, ma'am. I'm just saying. But further, I would like to know why aren't you driving your new Hyundai, Clara Hondra? It's just an observation I made in the parking lot as I was searching for a place to park my vehicle. I was like, that's crazy. Why is she driving the old beater? And I mean, that car is beat to hell. That older Hyundai with the DC plates, beat to hell. It has some serious damage to it. The front end, the whole passenger side. I wonder what happened. And I wonder further why she's not had it fixed. Surely she has full coverage insurance on the automobile, as is required. I want to know why old Ronaldo's driving the new one. She is driving her old, yeah, she's driving his car. The hand-me-down Hyundai. No, she's stalking me. She knows what I drive. Don't even try it, Clarahondra. I am not fucking around with you anymore, bitch. I dare you. I triple dog dare you to file an EPO on me, judge. I ain't did shit. Now, and not only that, besides all the things, Judge, all the reasons you're stupid and aren't going to get an EPO, the judge seen with his own eyes, in his own presence, in his own courtroom, that I pose no threat to you, woman. He even said himself, she has not approached you. She has not spoken a word to you. And truly, I wasn't even looking in her direction until I felt her cold, beady eyes staring at me. You know, you can just feel somebody looking at you. I feel her looking at me. And I saw it on my peripheral that she was looking at me. And, you know, you just can't, even though you try not to make eye contact and try not to look at somebody, you know, you can't help but to look, you know. So anyway, I wouldn't have even looked at her. You know what? She was the one. She was the one intimidating me, staring at me menacingly until I turned my head to look at her because I could feel her beady little menacing, intimidating stare. Yes, that happened in the courtroom. So, you know, anyway. No smirk? No, no smirk. I don't know. I can't be sure. I can't be entirely sure, but I feel as if my mere presence wiped the smirk off her mouth. Well, you would think. You would think, and I'm sure she did. I'm sure she thought, oh, this is great. Sam is here in court, and I'm going to tell the judge all these lies about her, and I'm going to tell the judge that Matthew sent her to intimidate me, and that's going to, surely the judge will grant my EPO now. I know that's what she thought was going to happen. And then she thought she was going to go on Rumble as soon as she got home, still wearing her fancy knockoff Versace flowy shirt. And she thought she was going to have her smug face on. And she thought she was going to tell everybody that Samantha showed up at court and she blew it for tragic. That's what you thought you were going to do. Sucker. Denied. Denied. Denied, sucker. Anyway, I don't know. Has anyone checked Rumble? Has she gone live to gloat yet? Oh, what about all the work her friends over there, the Grift Gang and the Kiwi farmers, put into this little fiasco as turned out to be? Surely Clarahondra is going to take to the Rumble to once again thank her friends and allies for all of their help and hard work and for keeping everything hush hush. Thanks, Aaliyah. Thanks, Belinda. Thanks, Cliffy. All that hard work they put in to get it tragic served. Time well spent, indeed. Time well spent. Fucking freaks. All of them. Freaks. Ooh, cemetery entrance, huh? I don't even know where I'm at. I just started driving out of that shithole town. Oh, Flat Rock River looks familiar. shh. I said shh. All right. Well, listen, I'm gonna get off here because I need to plug my phone in before it dies. And look, another little shithole town, another little shithole Midwest town, dropping down to 30. Telfer. Oh, this is Rushville. This is Rushville. And it gets confusing in Rushville which way to go. Don't worry, I'll just follow the signs. I don't know why these women are standing in the middle of the intersection. It's very, very strange. Which way do I go? 3. Okay, this way. Oh, yes, I remember. I remember that store called the Engagement Ring. Oh, we have a bit of a trap. Oh my God. Oh my God. What? Do you see that? Do you see that? What is going on? I'm going to be stuck in Rushville. They're going to catch up to me. I think this is the Rushville courthouse. Oh, it's kind of pretty though, ain't it? Watch out for double Dutch. Don't worry, I'm keeping an eye in the rear view. Babe, do you see this? This is the way I have to go. And it's literally just backed up for as far as the eye can see. And I'm only in Rushville. Double Dutch is gonna get me. What's the holdup? Construction. In fact, part of the little highway journey that I have to take is completely closed off. And the detour, babe, do you remember when we got Harlow? And on the way back, we missed a turn and we went down to the next, like where you could turn, and we started going that way. But it was like a really, really like narrow, scary country road. So we turned around. That's the detour. That's the detour. But I'm not even there yet. Like this, whatever this shit is, it looks like it's clearing. Rojo, I doubt it. I highly doubt that. Oh my god, my sunglasses are all messed up. I gotta clean them. I think they got wet. Uh-oh, my light's green, and yet the traffic just keeps coming. Oh boy. Oh, please don't hit me. Oh shit. Oh, whatever. Yeah, Harlow's owner scammed you. So Claire looked nasty in court today. She sure did. She wore a knockoff green and yellow Versace flowy top. It was hideous. With old lady black slacks and brown Jesus sandals. Toes out. Gnarly things. But you know, you can't use your phone in the courtroom. And I knew you couldn't record or whatever, so I didn't do any of that. Or I would have gotten a picture of the shoes, but I was unable to do that. You're not allowed to. Just trust me when I tell you that she was dressed in a knockoff Versace blouse. My outfit of today, I wore, no, they're not Birkenstocks, Saleda. I just wore a pair of blue jeans and a nondescript gray t-shirt, heather gray t-shirt. Literally a blank gray t-shirt that I use for my merch orders. I didn't want to be noticed. I didn't want to stand out. But I didn't know what the inside of the Fayette County Courthouse, was going to look like. I didn't know. I mean, I assumed it was going to be like a small, oh, there's the jail. I assumed it would be a small courtroom. So I figured she would see me regardless. But I did for a moment consider wearing, I did consider wearing my I survived the Curly Family Intervention 2024 hashtag Curly Strong t-shirt. And God dang it, now I wish I would. Yes or no, were Clara's toes manicured? I do believe it appeared to me as if she may have slipped Ronaldo an extra 20 spot to put some to put some hot pink nail polish on those critters. Tell the story again from the top. Okay. Here's the thing though. I really do need GPS to get through this particular part of southern Indiana. So, I mean, I'll do my best from memory. I tell you all the story. Okay, listen. So, and I know okay, so my stream last week where I called and found out what the court date was and everything, I know I said something like, you guys want to go? But I was not serious, I had no intentions on going. I just put that out there because really, truly, who can take a whole day, for something like this? But then, as you all know, one thing led to another, and shit's been popping off, and I don't know. I guess just maybe it really got to me, you know, a child's traumatic abuse being used for internet fodder. So I said, you know what? I'll be damned. That's right. I said I got time today, and I'll be damned if I'm going to let Claire Hondra go to this hearing and then come on the internet afterwards and tell them damn lies, because we all knew she was going to lie, right? And yeah, sure, you can pay for the transcripts and get the transcripts as Al likes to do, but who wants to wait, So I was like, I got time today. Fine. I cleared my schedule. I cleared my calendar and I drove down. It was a beautiful drive. I know. If I wasn't there, yeah, she would have come out with all kinds of lies, very intimidating things. In fact, she might have even lied and said that it was granted, and then use that lie to try to place Matthew in fear, intimidate him, things like that. I don't know. Anyway, so the hearing was at 2:00, right? Well, I go up there at like 10 till 2. I know for sure she's in the building because, like I said, when I was looking for a parking spot, when I was looking for a parking spot in the parking lot, I saw an older model Hyundai Elantra with Washington, D.C. plate. So I was like, well, sure, that's her. Anyhow, so I go upstairs and I was a little nervous, So I asked somebody who was out in the hallway, I was like, can you peek your head in there and tell me if they've started court yet? And she was like, yeah, sure. Well, they had not started court yet. I guess they played some video at the beginning of court, like 20-minute long video. And Clara's in the courtroom the whole time. So Clara sat there because she wanted to be there early, so she would be sure to get her EPO granted, I guess. I don't know. But she was in there super early. So she was in the courtroom probably a good 40 minutes before I went in there. So I go in, there's 3 rows of chairs in the courtroom. It's a very small courtroom, and there's 3 rows of chairs. And she, of course, is sitting in the front row. And there's 2 doors in the back of the courtroom, one on either side. So she's sitting in the front row all the way over to the side where one door is. I come in through the other door on the other side, and I seen her immediately because there was only 2 other people in there. And there was 2 other people sitting in the front row, and then there was a sheriff's deputy, the judge, the clerk, and a handful of inmates in the jury box. She did not look up when I came in, I sat down in the back row on the opposite side of her, like as far away from her as I could possibly be. And she didn't notice me. I was sitting in that courtroom, I kid you not. I was in there a good 20 minutes minimum before she finally looked up and took any sort of inventory as to her surroundings. And I wasn't looking at her. I was looking straight ahead because my intent in being there was in no way to intimidate, threaten, harass, anything of the nature. So I was not looking at the woman. I mean, I saw her when I went in there, so I knew what she was wearing. Okay, listen. She was wearing an emerald green rayon knockoff Versace. It was emerald green and like gold, of course. And she had a gold metallic backpack. That was her very professional, take me seriously bag that she brought all of her very important documents in. It was a metallic gold backpack. A emerald green and gold rayon knockoff Versace, very flowy blouse, black slacks and the Jesus sandals. Anyway, when she finally looks up and realizes, I guess she looks around the room and she sees me, I can just feel her. I don't know if she had a bra on or not. I did not see her from the front. I can't tell. I can't answer that question. Okay, we're driving. Anyway, I could just feel that she was staring at me, and I could kind of see out of the corner of my eye that she had turned around, and I was like, ugh. And I tried to not look at her because I did not want in any way for it to, appear or come across as if I'm there for any reason other than to observe and note the proceedings. So I could then go report them to my friends on the internet. But you know how it is when somebody's just staring at you, and they're staring at you, and you try to resist like looking, and you just literally cannot. Oh, it's a splash pad. So finally I looked, and I mean, she stared at me until I looked at her. And so I look at her, and she looks at me, and she goes, she like leans towards me. Mind you, court is in session. The judge is talking to one of the inmates. And she looks at me, she leans in, she goes, "What are you doing here?" And I was so fucking dramatic about it. I looked her dead in the eyes, paused for, a nice dramatic pause. And I said, "Shh." I'm a fucking riot, dude. I shushed that bitch and I turned my attention back to the front of the courtroom. She was madder than shit. I could hear her tapping on her little phone, which I don't know why she was allowed to have her phone out, and the judge told me to put mine away, but whatever. Fine. I put it down. Anyway, I'd love to see how the court reporter is going to transcribe that shit for old Colby Foul Al Hernandez. This is unreal. Oh, God. Is it 5 o'clock? Oh, what a dipshit I am going this way. Anyway, whatever. So where were we? Oh, yeah. So I tell her to shh. She's tapping away on her phone. I know she's telling Ron. Oh. And then she gets up and she walks out the courtroom. But she left her bag. She left her metallic gold backpack on the floor in front of her seat, and she exits the courtroom. And I mean, this blouse she had on, it's like, you guys know, like on the Golden Girls, those really long, flowy blouses that like go down to your knees, like old ladies wear. It was one of those. It was like a Blanche Devereaux, what you would see her wearing. Hand to God. Black. She wore those brown Jesus sandals with that. Anyway, you guys should see this shit. I mean, what the crap? Can y'all see that way? No, you can't. Oh, well, whatever. You're just gonna have to look at the heartland. Anyway, where was I? Okay, so then the judge calls. Okay, before the judge calls their names, he's talking about, him and the clerk are talking about whether or not the respondent had been served. And there was quite a bit of conversation. I couldn't hear it, but I could tell, like, in fact, I heard the words, was not served. Anyway, and then they're talking about it between themselves, and Judge goes, well, we're going to have to sort that out. And then he says, Claire Frank and Matthew Barlinger. And she goes up there and, you know, she whips out her copy, I guess, of the certificate of service that the process server, you know, provided. And I did as you instructed, Your Honor. I hired a private process server. Service was returned on blah, blah, blah date. And, you know, blah, blah. He's like, all right. So that was settled. Man, the first thing out of her mouth, Your Honor, this woman seated in the back and harassing me and our child for over 2 years. Blah, 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 blah. She said all this shit. And the judge is like, I told you what he said at first. He's like, I don't, has she approached you? Has she spoken to you? Has she even so much as looked at you? Has she done anything? No. So then, you know, she's like, oh, well, she's blah, 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 blah. She stalked me. She harassed me. She called, her wife called my boyfriend's son a retard, whatever. I don't know what she said. Don't care. He looks at her and goes, well, did you file for an EPO on her? And she said, no, but I think it's about time. He goes, well, all right, then. We're not going to be addressing that. He said, I will not be addressing that. Oh, yeah. So then she goes on and he's like, so what are we here for today? What can I do for you today? What do you want done? And she's like, well, tragic. She's like trying to explain. Here's another thing. So this judge is not very old. You know, he's probably in his late 40s, early 50s, maybe. So she's first, of course, she even knows that this alleged swatting incident is the strongest thing that she has on her ticket. So she leads with that. And she's trying to, I guess, dumb down and explain to this judge like he's 5 what swatting is. Well, he got irritated with her. He's like, it's swatting. I know what swatting is. Yes, swatting. I understand. Swatting. I was like, ooh, yeah. He is not in the mood for your shenanigans today, ma'am. It did not go well for her. Anyway, so talked about that. And I don't know. I was taking notes. Until the judge told me how to put my phone down. Well, she said, rattles off all her little complaints about there was the swatting. And then also he tweeted and said something about if you thought the fire brigade coming to your store was bad, look what you've done now. Look what you've done now. I don't know. It's going to get worse. Something like to that effect. And she's going on. And he ends up interrupting her and saying, well, what exactly is it that you want to come of this? Like, what, he goes, what do you want? And what do you think you're going to do here in my courtroom? Do you think you're going to swear out an EPO on that woman? And he points to me and he's like, something like that. You know what? I'll go ahead and scratch up the couple dollars I was going to need to get the transcript. So they don't really remember exactly what was said, but something to the effect like, what is it you want? Like, what's your end game? Do you want to swear out a EPO on her? Are you taking out an EPO on some man in another state? Like, what do you want? What do you want me to do here? It was great. Anyway. But I tell you what, she kept bringing me back around into it. I mean, every opportunity she had to point her finger dramatically at the back of the courtroom and say, this woman or that woman. I tell you what, the judge did not give a fuck. Not a fuck. The only thing he cared about was that I was not in there using my phone. And yeah, he made my ass for that, but I was just very respectful. And I just said, I apologize. I am observing. I didn't even say I apologize. I didn't say anything. I said, he asked me, don't you know that you can't have a phone in the courtroom? And I said, no. And I said, I'm observing and taking notes. That's all I said. But I said it very, nicely. Anyway, it was fine. I mean, she just kept arguing the same shit over and over. Just, oh, but judge, but judge, but judge. And I tell you what, I think she wasn't going to get it either way about it. She should have just accepted no the first time the judge told her no. But because this is Clara and she can't take no for an answer, I guess. Instead of taking no for an answer, she kept on and kept on. And that is when she started talking too much and saying too much. And when she said that Tragic was trying to interfere in another court case that she has going on, that's when the judge started saying, you know what? He's like, that's when he started saying, I know there's more to this story than what you're presenting. I know there's more here. And because I don't understand the why. I don't understand the why to all of this. And he goes, but I don't have time to find out the why today. I don't have time. I have important cases that I have on my calendar, so I don't have time. But I know there's more to it. I know that there's more that's not being said. He's that on. Oh, there's the Dollar General. I should probably I swear that yes, it is true. In Indiana, they literally put Dollar Generals in the middle of the fucking cornfields. They absolutely do. This highway is about to be, I don't know how far down, but it's completely I gotta go a detour and it is not, I'm not happy about it. Whatever. It is a pretty drive though, isn't it? It's a beautiful day. It rained a couple times while I was up there, a little drizzle. Oh yeah, she said that Tragic. Listen. She outright blamed Tragic cyber attacks. Oh boy, she blamed Ron for cyber attacks. She said that Ron posted his dog, or I'm sorry, that Tragic posted Ron's dog for sale or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. What else did she say he did? God, I can't remember. Oh, something about posting his mom's car for sale. Yeah, I'll go live later. We'll talk about it some more. Bye.